Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's your boy, Brian. Welcome to my untitled podcast. I just want to get right into it. I know I have missed out on a select amount of things that have been happening in this world. And I just want to get straight to this because I was, in fact, watching this last night when I came back from the gym. The Eminem interviews. I've had the chance to watch part 1 and part 2 of these interviews with Sway. Now, obviously, people on my channel know how I feel about Eminem. You know, I've been listening to Eminem since I was about 9 years old. And of course, you know, you obviously from that reaction video, the Grizzy Hendrix video, Who Killed Shady, you know how I feel about Revival. So, fast forward to now. He has put out a new project, Eminem, called Kamikaze, in which we get like almost sort of a resurrection of Shady, which is a great thing. That's what his fans have been telling him to. That's what his fans have been telling him to give us as the consumer for the longest. Like that. When is Eminem going to realize that pop rap stuff is only good for the moment? He is regarded as top 5 rapper of all time. You're a rapper. You're not a pop star. You're a rapper. When you first came out, you were a battle rapper. That title does not go away. So why give us a revival? Why give us that? Because you wanted to listen to the record company. Obviously. And another thing is that hasn't Eminem learned from other albums that he's put out that his fans, a good amount of his hip hop fan base don't want to hear that bullshit? I'm just keeping it real. A good amount of his hip hop fan base do not want to hear that bullshit. So yeah, you give us a third pop rap album, and yes, we are going to be mad. We are going to be like, man, this shit is trash. We're going to go listen to it, but it's just going to be like, yes, it's trash. Of course it's trash, because you're not, this ain't you. This is not the real you. And with Kamikaze, you finally decided to wake up. Why did it take fans ridiculing your album like forever for you to do this album? That's number one. You know, I don't get that. Why did it take the criticism of so many hip hop enthusiasts, hip hop bloggers, and such to get this from you? I don't get it. But he basically said in the first part of the interview that, oh, I needed to make this album in order to make Kamikaze. I mean, why did you need to make Revival to make Kamikaze? You could have just gave us Kamikaze the first time. I don't get that. And then you want to be mad at the fans because they criticize that shit. Like, yeah, I am sick and tired of Eminem giving us the same bullshit. Yeah, of course I am mad. Yeah, I'm going to be mad at that. But in the second part of the interview, he starts to get into MGK and Joe Budden. You know, they even talk a little bit about the Slaughterhouse situation. So I feel like with MGK, that whole thing with them, I don't feel like that's going to go on. I feel like Eminem did what he was supposed to do, and that was to get any of these new rappers to respond, and he got MGK to respond. It was just that was more on a more personal level because MGK is talking about Eminem's daughter and how she's hot and this and that and the third, and MGK saying Eminem is blocking me from going to Shade 4-5 and this, that, and the third. Just a whole array of things going on with that. And Eminem getting MGK to respond is just kind of like you did your job. Now, to me, I don't think he needs to. I don't think Eminem needs to even respond to MGK anymore because he got him to do that. He got him to jump off of the top of a building, and he was the only one to do it. Now, he's saying he wants to wait for other responses, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, bro, he dissed a lot of people on that album. He even went as far as dissing NF, a Christian rapper. Like, bro dissed a Christian rapper. Yeah. If any of them are thinking of responding, that would be stupid. I don't think any of them are going to respond. I think it was just a privilege for most of those young rappers like Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, MGK, like all the young people that he mentioned. I feel like it was a privilege for them to even be uttered and named by him, along with the people that he didn't diss and just shot it out like Hobson. I feel like it was a privilege for those young rappers to get that acknowledgement from Eminem. And that is why I don't think any of those young ones will even be responding at all. Charlemagne is not a rapper. So the only thing I'm going to guess that he's going to do is going to, continue to insult Eminem on his radio show. That's about as much response that you're going to get. Lord Jamar, I don't know. Lord Jamar has been talking about Eminem for like the longest. Next to Cannabis, Lord Jamar is probably the second person who name drops and insults Eminem the most, next to Cannabis. Joe Budden, I feel like there's a bigger thing there. I feel like Joe Budden is angry at Eminem for not promoting Slaughterhouse better. And, them not being able to go and finish the second album and just finally give it to the fans. I think that's another thing. And he's bitter about that. On one hand. And on the other hand, while in the interview, while talking about Slaughterhouse, Eminem expressed that he felt like Slaughterhouse's first album was going to have them on a bigger scale. And, it didn't work out that way. And the album fell flat on its face. And after that album came out and it didn't do well, it left a bitter taste in Eminem's mouth. And so, in my opinion, I feel like Eminem was slowly pushing the Slaughterhouse machine to the side and was like, yeah, this didn't work the first time, so it's not going to happen again. And that's how the Slaughterhouse thing kind of got folded. As well as it being a little bit of like him not being the only one with his hands on this Slaughterhouse project. I also chalk it up to other parties dealing with Slaughterhouse more than the two people who own the record company. I would put it on that as well. you know. But I think I really believe that part 3 of this interview with Sway is probably going to be about like D12 or, you know, something like that. That's probably what it's going to be about. This Russ versus Smoke Perp thing had me up until 2 a.m. last night. Like, you know how you say you're going to go to sleep at this time and you end up staying up being on your phone until whatever time in the morning? That was me last night. So, let me see if I can explain this. Russ had an interview on the Breakfast Club, and you know, he got to talking about his album. I think his album came out yesterday or the day before, one of the two. So of course he's doing a press run for the album. I think the album is called Zoo. Yeah, it's called Zoo. So in the interview, he, you know, of course they ask him like, why is he so hated? And, you know, he tells them, of course, you know, because of the self, I guess the independence that he has, you know, producing his own stuff, engineering his own stuff, you know, doing the art direction, yada, 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 blase, blase. So he also, I guess is asked about why rappers hate him. And, you know, why is it fuck Russ and this, that, and the third? And he's like, yeah, it could be, I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. Yeah, it could be fuck Russ, but it's a different story when we see them out at these festivals. So, of course, Charlemagne asks, who are you talking about? Who are these people who are these rappers you're talking about? Are you talking about Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, or another rapper? I can't even remember the guy's name. You know, I apologize, but I can't remember his name. But, you know, he's like, I have the footage also. And he never actually said who it was. So, you know, I shrug it off. I'm not really somebody who listens to Russ like that. You know, I don't hate him or it's not fuck Russ. I just don't listen to his music. It's not really, you know, but I love I think I love the fact that he does all of his own stuff. That's pretty unique. That's a very long list of stuff on his resume. That's great. But you know, I didn't think nothing of that, and I just, you know, shrugged it off. It's whatever. I'm not gonna dig too deep into that. So at about like maybe 1 a.m., like 2 a.m., I'm about to go to sleep. I'm on Instagram, and so I come across a video of Smoke Perp explaining an altercation with a rapper. I'm like, oh, okay, well, who's the rapper? So he's talking about an altercation that he had with Russ. I'm like, oh shit, no shit.